guys, I am Bailee. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my very first VSG Q&A video. So I did gather some questions, my most asked questions that people just in my day-to-day life ask me. I didn't do like a whole Q&A thing on any of my social medias just because I'm not that cool. So yeah, but if you guys do want to follow me on Instagram for some reason, I'll put it right here. Yeah, anyways, so I did write down some questions that I know I had for sure before I started the process. And like I said, that people have just asked me out and about, or people who know that I've had surgery have asked me. So let's just jump right into it. So the first question is, why did I decide to have surgery? There's a multitude of reasons. I have always struggled with my weight ever since I was little. It's just been something that I've always struggled with, and I was tired of that. I've definitely been a yo-yo dieter in my adult life and a lot of my teenage life too. And yeah, I just was not seeing any real results after a certain point. I've definitely lost a lot of weight. I've gained a lot of weight. I've lost a lot of weight. So I've definitely had a lot of that going on, but I've never seen really consistent results. And that's really frustrating. So even when I worked out super hard and ate super healthy, once I hit like 20 pounds down, there was just no more weight coming off. And that is so hard when you work really hard and eat really clean and do all the things that you know to do to lose weight. And it just never, after like 20 pounds, it just did not work for me. And so this was kind of like a last resort type deal for me, and I'm so glad that I did it. So that's the biggest reason, was just to feel good and be able to like play with my kids without getting tired, go up the stairs without getting tired. My knees were hurting, my ankles were hurting, I didn't sleep good. And yeah, all of those things just led to this decision. I also had to get a bunch of labs done when I was considering weight loss surgery. I just went and told my primary doctor, like, hey, I'm considering weight loss surgery, but I would like to see, get some labs done and see where I'm at. And my labs did come back as pre-diabetic, which was a serious wake-up call for me. And so that was another really big reason. When did I have surgery? So I will be 4 months post-op on the 21st of this month. It's December. And yeah, recovery is going great. In the beginning, it was hard. I also had a hiatal hernia that had to be stitched. And so that was more painful than anything else, especially with like yawning, taking deep breaths, that kind of stuff. That was caused from heartburn. So yeah. That is how far out I am. Recovery, what is recovery like? Pain scale, food intolerances. Did my incisions hurt? No. My incisions did not hurt. They were sore and they felt almost like they were like tingling, I guess, but there wasn't any real pain at all. Like I said, my hiatal hernia hurt more than anything. My incisions did not hurt. Actually, that's partially a lie, because the biggest incision that I have, which maybe one day I can show you guys my incisions if that's something you'd like to see, but the big incision, which is where they pull your stomach, the other half of your stomach out. Let me turn my computer down. That one was painful, and that's because it's bigger and it just gets a lot more shit done to it, I guess. I don't know, but that one was painful. I didn't have any food intolerances because you can't eat anything. I didn't have any food intolerances because I really couldn't eat anything. I did struggle drinking water. That was really hard. I struggled for about 2 weeks to get water down, just because I am a chugger. When I have my hydro jug here, and I had my Stanley before surgery, and whenever I drink water, I just like to chug it. But after surgery, you definitely have to sip it. So that was super hard to get enough water in. And also it just fills you up a lot quicker, because I mean, you only have half a stomach. So was there any downtime? Yes, I would say you need about a month to fully recover, just because your energy's down from not being able to eat. You're tired from not being able to eat. And so I would say about a full month of recovery, but 2 weeks at the minimum. I know a lot of people can't take a month off work. I surely could not. I took 2 weeks off of work and was okay. But I did notice like a lag in energy. I got tired really easily. My stomach got a little bit uncomfortable. And yeah, so definitely a month to fully recover and be like a productive member of society, but 2 weeks is minimum. Did I struggle with protein? I did struggle with protein at first because I didn't know what to eat when I was in the pureed stage. I ordered some protein soup, which was so fucking gross. Excuse my mouth. It was horrendous. It literally smelled and tasted like the smell of vomit. And sorry, it was just not, no. So I definitely struggled with protein a little bit. The protein shakes I could get down. I still can get them down, and that's fine. But yeah, I did struggle a little bit with that. Pain scale, I would say the first week I was about at a 6 because my diaphragm hurt really bad, and I also couldn't get comfortable, I guess, when I was laying down because my incisions, I was just so worried that they were gonna rip apart, which I know probably doesn't happen very often, if even at all, but I just was really paranoid about my incisions ripping apart. But all in all, I would say the pain scale for me was about a 6 or a 7 for only the first like 2 or 3 days. And then after that, it was a breeze. What is the beginning process of weight loss surgery? So I think it's different in every state from what I've read, but for me here in Utah, I just had to contact the surgical center or the hospital that I wanted to go to, which was the University of Utah in Salt Lake City, Utah. And I contacted them. You meet with the doctor to even see if you qualify. It helps if you get a referral from your primary care physician, which I did. So that was super helpful. You don't have to have one. It's just helpful if you do. I can go more into detail about all of this. I have my whole binder with me that I got at my first appointment that has a lot more detail, and I can definitely do another video on the process and the requirements because it is quite a lot and it would be way too much to put in this video. So yeah. So right now, this is how is eating going right now. Sorry. So how is eating going? The diet phases were a little bit of a struggle. The first week, I didn't realize I was not eating enough. And so I was super emotional and I cried a lot because I was hungry because I was not eating enough. So I know it's hard to eat, period, but you have to make sure that you're eating enough. And like I said, I know it's hard to eat. It was super hard to eat enough food, just you have to eat so slow and it's just uncomfortable sometimes, but you have to make sure you're eating enough because I was not. And even though you can't eat very much, you have to eat enough. I cannot stress that enough. Like, you literally have to make sure you're eating what your doctor tells you that you need to eat. And I was not doing that. So that was really hard. After I got to the third phase, which is soft foods, it was super easy because you can incorporate more things into your diet. There's a lot that you have to cut out, which again, I can do a whole video on the diet phases, but there's a lot that you have to cut out in order to follow the phases of the diet. And then as you get through them, you can reintroduce foods. So that was definitely a struggle. Now it's not. I'm doing so good now. Is there anything that I can't eat? I haven't found anything lately that I cannot eat. As far as healthy foods, nothing bothers me. Things that I can't eat just because I can't eat them because my body doesn't tolerate it is like bread, processed carbs, so like fries, chips, candy, all that kind of stuff, ice cream, cookies, anything like that. But bread I definitely struggle with the most. Even if it's toast, I can have like whole wheat toast and whole wheat crackers, but for me personally, it's just like painful. I can feel it going all the way down my esophagus. No matter how small a bite I take, it just is painful, or how well I chew it, it just is not comfortable. So I tend to stay away from that kind of stuff. but that's really the only thing that I can't eat. Spicy food doesn't bother me at all. Do I have any digestion issues? Not at all. I don't find that it's hard for me to digest anything, I guess. My stomach is doing great and I feel great. And yeah, so no digestion issues. I mean, sometimes things will make me a little gassy, but I feel like that's pretty normal. So any side effects? I haven't experienced a ton. I feel like I get dizzy a lot easier, especially if I get up too fast, which I don't know if that's normal. I need to ask my doctor, but that's just been something that I've noticed. If I get up too fast, stand up too fast, anything like that, I get pretty dizzy. It takes me a second to collect myself. Lack of energy. I don't have a lack of energy at all. I actually have a ton of energy, which you'd think that where you cut your food intake into like a fourth, at least for me. So before I would probably I ate too much. I don't even know. But anyways, I cut my food intake in half drastically. So I was assuming that I was going to have a lack of energy. Even like when I was going through the food phases, I was like, okay, well, when I get to the solid food phase, the maintenance phase, I feel like I'm going to struggle because I'm eating way less than what I used to eat before surgery. But I don't notice that at all. I have so much energy and it's just nice to not feel like you're dragging ass all day. So I also don't drink coffee anymore, which is weird. I feel like I drink a lot of coffee before surgery, and then after surgery you can't have caffeine. And so I just cut it completely out of my diet, like I think a month or two before my surgery, and I maybe have a cup every 2 or 3 weeks now, and it just is whatever. I just don't drink a lot of coffee anymore. Have I experienced hair loss? And that is a big yes. Hair loss just comes with the territory. I know that was kind of like for me, like almost a decision ender. It almost changed my mind because I was like, I don't want my freaking hair to fall out. But you know what? I'd rather lose my hair than be uncomfortable and overweight. So that's just me. And also, there's nothing wrong with being overweight. Like, I've been overweight my entire life, and for the most part, I've been super confident up until like the last, I would say, 5 or 6 or 7 years maybe. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being overweight if you feel good about yourself, if you're confident, if you are genuinely happy. There is nothing wrong with that. But if you feel horrible and you're just uncomfortable, there's also nothing wrong with wanting to change that. So I just wanted to clarify that. If you feel good and you like the way that you look and you're happy, and that's all that matters. So yeah. The final question is, would I have weight loss surgery again? That is a big fat yes. I would do it 10 times over. The way that I feel, my skin, my insides, that sounds weird, but just like my heart rate has gone down, like things that you wouldn't even think would happen after weight loss surgery happen. Like maybe a lot of people are like, oh, my heart rate's gonna go down after I lose weight. That's not something that I ever thought about, but my heart rate has gone down like, I think it's like 15 beats or something like that since weight loss surgery, which is just insane to think about. So yeah, I would definitely do it over and over again. My lungs feel better. Like I can breathe really good. Like I went for a run the other day and I ran the longest I think I've ever ran in my entire life. My hair, aside from it falling out, feels better. My skin looks better. My nails are growing faster. My knees don't hurt anymore. My ankles don't hurt anymore. I was to the point where when I would get up in the morning, I had to like hobble out of my bed to the bathroom until my knees and my ankles were like warmed up because they just hurt so bad. And that is the most uncomfortable feeling. Going up the stairs was hard, and I don't struggle with any of that anymore. So yes, I absolutely would do it again. And I feel like a burning question that I forgot to answer is going to be, how much weight have I lost since surgery? And since the day of my surgery, I have lost 56 pounds. So I think I said that in the beginning, but just in case you missed it, I'm down, is it 56 or 58? I think I'd have to go stand on my scale. Whatever, one of those numbers. But yeah, so that is my VSG Q&A. This video is getting super long, so I'm going to go ahead and chop it here. And if you have any other questions, drop them in the comments below. If not, thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.